Continue to track the latest developments in the firebombing attack at a local Tesla body shop yesterday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. Here's what we know tonight. Police still do not have a suspect in the attack after two Teslas were shot at and set on fire. Ewing Brothers Tow Company tells us that they were called by the FBI to move the vehicles to an undisclosed location for investigators. In the meantime, the White House is condemning the attacks, and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is looking to take action against those responsible, calling these acts of domestic terrorism.
You saw the word resist spray painted on the building, and federal authorities are investigating whether, in fact, this attack does qualify as domestic terrorism.
Tonight, a local defense attorney is weighing in on the case. News 3's George Acosta joins us live from where that fiery attack happened off 215 and Jones.
Well, yes, federal investigators continue to work to locate the suspect behind Tuesday morning's attack. That local defense attorney says that once caught and prosecuted, that suspect could face several decades behind bars.
In this scenario, a person very well could get that kind of time. When you look at the sentencing guidelines, because you have the terrorism enhancements, you have the use of a firearm during an act of violence, and somebody could really be looking at like 20 to 30 years in prison.
And while federal investigators have not officially deemed Tuesday's incident an act of terrorism after several vehicles were set on fire, followed by at least 3 rounds of gunshots fired into the vehicles, and the word resist spray painted onto the facility's doors, local defense attorney Nicholas Wooldridge says as the investigation develops, federal prosecutors may want to use this case to serve as an example to others who may think of committing a similar act.
I think that's what the government is definitely going to be arguing, is that this is an act of terrorism. One of the things that they would be arguing there is that this is an act to intimidate the public, is to make people not want to buy Tesla products or to boycott Elon Musk. Right? That's what the government's going to say.
Wooldridge says in order to prosecute this as an act of terrorism, federal prosecutors would need to prove 2 things.
These main elements that they need to make are, is this an act that is meant to coerce or intimidate the public? Or they'll say, if they can't prove that, they could also prove that this is an act done to influence government policy.
And while surveillance video shows what appears to be a single suspect working alone, Wooldridge says anyone involved in assisting that suspect could also face similar charges.
A conspiracy, or under the aiding and abetting theory, what that means is if 2 people agree to commit an act, then there's a conspiracy. If there's 2 people that agree to say, hey, let's go, I'll go get the Molotov cocktails ingredients and you will go and commit the acts of arson. Well, the person that agreed with the person that actually committed the acts of arson is just as guilty as the principal. That's how that works.
Now, at this time, federal investigators have not identified a suspect in this case, but for now reporting live near Jones and 215, George Acosta, News 3.